Ball one down low to Kenny Lofton. 8 hits and 15 at bats in this series. And Dontrelle immediately falling behind. 2 balls and no strikes.
Against left-handed pitching, Kenny Lofton usually just tries to slap the ball to the left side, and he's had a lot of success doing that in this series.
2-1. The Cubs scored 4 runs in the first inning of Game 1. They scored 2 runs in the first inning of Game 2. And they scored a run in the opening inning here last night. Slapped out of play, 2-2 to Lofton. Our broadcast is always available in Spanish by utilizing the SAP button on your television.
Al, as a hitter, Al, one of the reasons why you want to see Dontrelle Willis throw a lot of pitches is the fact that he's got that funky windup. It's hard for the hitter to pick up the ball. If he throws a lot of pitches, the more chance I have as a hitter to see that windup.
And he has walked Lofton to begin the ball game.
Do we have to say his last name?
No reason. Ball one up and away. Resnick in a series, 4 hits and 14 at bats with a couple of runs batted in. Now remember, after Lofton had the infield hit to reach last night to start the game, Dusty Baker had Mark Resnick move him along with a bunt.
Willis does not have a good pickoff move, combined with the high leg kick. Of course, the equalizer sits behind home plate. Pudge Rodriguez.
1-1 to Resnick.
Here's all the legs and arm movement and everything else. Talking to the hitters in the National League, they say you can't look at all that. You have to pick a spot where his release point is and don't focus on all that other stuff. Very Valenzuela-esque.
Yeah, good luck. Throws a lot of knees and elbows at you.
Fastball a called strike on the outside corner, and Dontrelle ahead of Resnick. 1-2.
One of the things that does for you, and that was kind of that pitch previous to this last one was kind of his version of a slide step, but all that movement makes it difficult to read his move when you're trying to steal a base. Only 6 people tried all year.
And only 3 made it.
And Pudge Rodriguez is behind the dish.
Yeah.
I think that has more to do with it. He's about a 1.55 release point from the time the ball leaves his hand to home plate, which is below average. A good time is about 1.2, 1.3 with a catcher like Pudge, who's probably about a 1.75. What that all means is you add up those numbers and a good base runner, which is a green runner, which is Lofton, the only green runner in this lineup. It's pretty much a station-to-station, base-to-base lineup. This is the only guy in the lineup that has a chance of stealing on Pudge.
Resnick going on strikes. 1 away. Now Sammy. Fastball high and away. Sosa 5 hits and 13 at bats in this league championship series. 2 of the 5 hits home runs with 5 runs batted in.
Al, would you be a little surprised if he says to Sammy, "Here, hit it"?
Down the middle, I would. He'll stay away there. Like we were talking in the series, and I guess the fan scouting for the Marlins, they want to see Sammy hit fastballs, and fastballs on the corner are hard to hit for anybody, including a Sammy Sosa.
2-0. Under the knees, Willis wanted the call, didn't get it from home plate umpire Mike Everett. 3-0. Sosa, going back to '98, played in 3 postseason games, and then his first 5 games this year without a home run. But in the LCS, red hot. Sosa here last night had 3 hits, was on base 4 times, and he's drawn a walk. Second of the inning issued by Dontrelle Willis.
This is a guy that, even though Moises Alou has hit .382 in the postseason here, they have pitched him very, very well. When he's looking in, they pitched him away. When he's been looking away, they pitched him in. Unfortunately for a guy like Moises and how quick he is, You can't pitch him in all day long and think you can get away with it. Look at the swap between the Cubs and the Florida Marlins and what they've done.
And of course those numbers for Willis all this season at the major league level. Clement just 2 games over 500 as a Cub. Al Fonseca was the closer and lost his job.
In this situation, I would not think it would be a good idea to challenge Moises Alou on the inner half.
Willis missing and missing badly here in the opening inning. He's fallen behind yet another Cub hitter, 2-0.
Yeah, Dontrelle Willis doesn't need to drink a cup of coffee before the game.
3-0.
Yeah, you say right here, is he getting wild? Is he erratic? No, you continue to have to throw the same pitch. Before you release, you think something bad's going to happen. So as a result, you're going to try to really hit that spot because you know Moises Alou's looking for a fastball.
2 on, 1 out. And Dontrelle Willis here in the opening inning has walked the bases loaded.
This has nothing to do with his delivery or his mechanics or he's wild. It's the matter between his ears. Feeling good about what he's doing. Pudge ought to throw down a couple curveballs right here. I don't care if it's a second or third pitch and he's walked a few guys on fastballs. He's going to need his breaking ball. Throw it.
Oh, that old saying in baseball, no brain, no headache. Sometimes the more you think, the more you get yourself in trouble.
First pitch, breaking ball that drops in there, a strike.
Get him in a positive count. He can feel good, expand a little bit. You got an aggressive hitter up here.
Swing and a miss. And Ramirez threw a fastball up, and Ramirez chased it.
And right by him.
Because he saw a 76-mile-an-hour fastball prior to that. The speed differentiation was 12, 14 miles an hour.
Popped up. And foul ground. Lowell getting a start tonight. Leans over, and it's out of play.
You know, you look at the motion of Dontrelle Willis, and you think he's joking. Well, that's how he came up with it. He was playing a game of strikeout with a couple of his buddies when he was a kid. Everybody knows what strikeout is if you ever played the game of baseball. Tennis ball, a bat, 2 guys on a wall. Throw the ball as hard as you can at your buddy and see if you can strike him out. They were getting so good at hitting each other, he said, I have to come up with something different. Watch this. He said it really helped him hide the ball. His buddy couldn't hit it. And he figured, well, I might be able to get away with that for the rest of my life. And that's how his windup was born.
And already activity in the Marlin bullpen. Rick Helling starting to throw. Willis has walked the bases loaded here in the opening inning. 1 out.
That's a good story because any pitching coach who would get this kid young wouldn't teach him that delivery.
Yeah. And some of them would try to change it.
Line away.
And when he goes into that whole herky-jerky, Vida bluish move, you can almost see him laughing. Hey, Ross was his buddy's name. I'm going to get you out this way. Check this out. You'll never be able to hit this.
In the air, hit well down a left field line. Conine at the wall, and that is a grand slam for Aramis Ramirez.
$65,000 fans down here. Can you hear the Cub fans?
The 4th consecutive game in this series, the Cubs have scored in the first inning. And Willis put himself in a huge jam by walking 3 of the first 4 batters before the long one off the bat of Ramirez, his 2nd home run in this series.
He is not going to be able to keep throwing that fastball on the inner half of the plate. He's got to miss off the plate inside and then go slow away. Taken outside there, Karros. Well,
Dontrelle Willis, his first 17 big league starts, staggering numbers. He slumped through July and then into August, almost through the entire month of August, before really regrouping down the stretch when the Marlins needed him most. But those last 12 games, the numbers don't lie. Fly ball into short right field, should be the second out, and it is.
Al, I love a guy that works fast, and everybody defensively loves to work behind a guy that works fast, but Willis is like in fast forward here. Gets the ball and throws it, gets the ball and throws it. He's got to be gassed right now.
Some of the scout reports on him is that they tell opposing lineups to say he works fast, slow him down, step out a lot to disrupt his timing. But in this case, like you're saying, Psycho, when things are going poorly, this is a time to step off, walk back, and collect your thoughts.
And the Cub hitters want no part of stepping out. They're saying, you go ahead, throw it as many times as you like. We're liking the results of it right now.
The last Grand Slam we had in National League Championship Series play was 5 years ago today by the big cat Andres Galarraga with the Atlanta Braves. Pulled foul.
You know, just like when I answer the trivia questions that we have here, I know that you didn't know that. I know that as the stat master, Daddy Wags, giving you that.
You better believe it, pal. You better believe it.
Mark Wagner up here,
handling the stats,
the information
all season long and the postseason. Aramis Ramirez providing further shock to this Cub offense. Ramirez came over along with Kenny Lofton from the Pittsburgh Pirates on the 22nd of July, and the Cubs really took off thereafter. Strike 3 called to Gonzalez. And that'll end the inning, but the Cubs jump in front for the 4th straight game. 3 walks and a grand slam by Ramirez.